Well, hello traders and investors, I'm L.A. Little and this is your daily NeoTA wrap. We take a look at these markets, doing it from a neoclassical perspective. That means each time we're asking ourselves what happened today and what does it tell us about the coming days. Do the show 4 times a week, every Monday through Thursday. Broadcast at or before 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Archived on YouTube, son of a channel, L.A. Little. If you want to subscribe and you haven't, just reach up in the right-hand corner and do so. Anytime I push public content through videos, then you can get that notification. As far as these markets, as far as what's happening, let's take a look at the numbers. You had a nice big spike up today, 0.5%, over a full percent on the Russell, all up big again. Oil's now broken one swing point high on a weekly, going after the other. Of course, it's the beginning of the week, it's the end of the week that you care about. So we'll still have to see how that plays out. You had pretty much everything up across the board. Gold, silver got their bounces. The dollar still remained higher. The only thing sold down was the bonds. Now, late in the day, everything started reversing. The bonds were down deeper. They started coming back. The markets were up higher. They started coming down, so forth. So let's take a look at the charts and see what they tell us. Starting here with the S&P 500. Now, you know, I've talked about this level for a while, and if you believe it's not important, then you really need to take your blinders off, because it's quite clear that the top of this bar is the key bar. You go into it today, you trade into it, you got no volume comparatively, right? And it just gets smacked right back down, does a hanging man. What that says is this thing's going to try to trade back down again. So this sloppy back and forth, looks like it's some more back and forth. The range I've been harping on is this area right here. Continues to trade in that area, can't get out of it. It's tried several times. If you want to expand it just slightly, you can go back to that bearish retest region, almost the exact same area. You can see you peaked over it once, you peaked over it twice, but you hadn't been able to get over it and stay over it. Once you do, you're going to go back up after the highs. Of course, if you can't and you go the other way and you get back into this big bar, then you're going to try to get back down to the lows. That was the case. That's still the case. Hasn't changed. If you look at the Dow, which we don't look at much, Dow does the same thing. Top today was 18.4 almost. Got 18.404 was that same bar. Can't get over it. NASDAQ goes and tries to hit those highs. Can't get to it. Has low volume. The one that did hit it, got over it, was the NDX, but by the end of the day gave it up. So in other words, that's a test failure of this high. What does that mean? Well, when you test fail, that says that you're probably going to come back the other way unless you got more volume. In this case, you don't have more volume. So that suggests back down the other side. So that's incongruent behavior with what we just talked about on the S&P 500. If you look over the world markets, they're still range trading. So nothing's different there. This says you're going to try to trade lower. If we go and look at the major sectors and ask ourselves, are they telling us anything different? You're going to find out that they're not saying anything different. In fact, most of them are saying the exact same thing. We'll start here with the SOX. SOX gets over the highs, back underneath it, has less volume. This is tired, wants to pull back. If you look at what's been strong lately, energy goes up, tests a swing point high, fails. Lighter volume, gets over it, back under it, that's a failure. If you look at technology goes up and tests a swing point high, fails. 47.97 closes 47.95. Industrials fails. Right? Gets a little bit over, back under on a day-to-day basis. Folks, it's across the board. Market wants to pull back. In a nutshell, expect some lower prices come tomorrow. Have a great night. See you then. Bye.